Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all are doing good. So let's continue with our discussion on standard costing, what we have been discussing about. So in standard costing, we have been discussing about the fixed overhead variances that we started in the last lecture. Very important variance, right? From examination point of view, if we talk very important variance, fixed overhead variances. Now, before we start, subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon so that you get all the notifications and share with all your friends. Follow us on Instagram and join the Telegram group in the channel. All the links are in the video description. Download our Android app where you will get amazing courses, right? Where you can practice lots and lots of questions. So amazing lectures are there, fast track courses are there, ICISM series is there, and many more courses are in line. Okay, so let's continue with the fixed overhead variances. We discussed in the last lecture about three variances, that is the fixed overhead cost variance, difference between the absorbed cost and the actual cost. So I told you what is absorbed cost, right? When we talk about these standards, that standard asks for actual output, standard rate, standard cost, this is my absorbed overheads, right? On the basis of budgeted rate, but being absorbed on actual output. So this is my budgeted, that is the standard for standard output. These are the standards for actual output, the absorbed one. Then we have the actual data. And in this way, standard asks for standard output and standard cost planned according to standard output, we call them as budgets. So in this way, the table is to be prepared that standard hours for actual output. Now, most of the cases, the absorption of fixed overheads will be on the basis of hours. Hours means the labor hours, or in some of the questions, this might be given as machine hours. Nothing to worry about it. It will remain the same, whether it is machine hours or whether it is labor hours, right? So in the last lecture, we discussed three variances: the fixed overhead cost variance, that is standard cost for actual output minus actual cost; then expenditure variance, that shows what we originally planned for minus what actual cost was; then the volume variance. Volume variance means volume, we are talking about the output, right? So standard hours for actual output minus the budgeted hours minus what we actually planned for. What happened on the basis of actual output minus what actually we planned for, multiplied by standard rate. So this example we solved. Now we are going to continue, we are going to extend this only and going to discuss the next few variances. Now we talk about the volume variance. In the last lecture, we discussed about the volume variance, that there is a variation in the output, right? When we talk about the volume variance means there is a difference, a variance in the output, right? Variance in output. This is what we discussed, variance in output. Now, what are the reasons for variance in output? Here, we can say there are two major reasons. One is due to the difference in the efficiency of the workers, right? Efficiency. One is the efficiency. Variance can be adverse or variance can be favorable. In both the case, it may be due to efficiency, right? And the second reason will be the capacity of the workers to work. The capacity of the workers to work. Now, these two are the reasons. Efficiency. Let's talk about efficiency first. The efficiency says that for the actual output that you have produced, for the actual output, because the efficiency will compare with the actual. When we talk about the efficiency, we say that for a particular output that you have actually produced, what is the standard hours for that, right? For actual output, what is the standard hours and what the number of actual hours they have taken, right? Efficiency, only then you will be able to judge. Now, if we talk about efficiency, if you compare, you are comparing the two things, right? You say what was the time given to the worker and what is the time taken by the worker for the actual output. If you are going to take it for standard output and actual output, then it is not comparable. if you want to judge your efficiency of studies, you will say that for 3 chapters of costing, I have set the standards for 3 hours, whereas the actual was 4 hours. Only then you can compare, right? I have completed 3 chapters. For those completed 3 chapters, my standard hours were 3, whereas my actual hours are 4. Now, if you say that I have set the standards for 4 hours, whereas I have completed 3 chapters, set the standards for 4 chapters, whereas I have completed 3 chapters. Now, you cannot compare the standards of 4 chapters with the actuals of 3 chapters. That will not show your efficiency. Your efficiency will be for the actual output that you have achieved. What was the standard hours and what is the actual hours that you have taken? So this becomes my efficiency variance. Fixed overhead efficiency variance, that means the standard hours for actual output minus actual hours, right? Minus the actual hours. This is what we discussed when discussing about the efficiency variance in the labor variances, and in case of variable overhead variances also, when we discussed about the efficiency variance, this is what we discussed, right? Now, why are we keeping the standard hours before the actual hours? Because the thing which should be more, which should be higher, it should be kept first. Standard hours, you are setting the standards that you will complete a particular project in 4 hours, right? This is your standards, and actually you are able to complete it in 3 hours. So this is beneficial. This is beneficial that actual hours should be less and standard hours should be more than the actual hours. So this is beneficial. So we always say standard hours minus actual hours. Now, coming to capacity, let's talk about capacity now. Capacity says that what is the original capacity that you planned for? What is the original capacity that you planned for? You thought that my worker will be working at this capacity, right? Original capacity. I'm not talking about the actual output here. I say what is the capacity that you planned for originally, that is defined by my budgeted hours, isn't it? But what is the actual capacity that has been attained by the worker? That is defined by actual hours. Okay, this will be multiplied by standard rate also, right? My budgeted hour says what is the capacity that you originally planned for. You thought at the beginning of the process, that is budgeted, right? Budgeted hours. But what is the actual capacity that has been attained by the worker irrespective of the output? How many hours he has actually worked, how many hours you thought that he will work, and how many hours he has actually worked, that is actual hours. So the difference of the two, actual hours minus budgeted hours multiplied by standard rate, this becomes your fixed overhead capacity variance. Now, why we are taking the actual hours first and then the budgeted hours? Because if he is working for more than the budgeted hours, you say that a worker will work for 7 hours, but he is working for 8 hours, right? That means he is having more capacity. That is beneficial. That is beneficial. He is having more capacity than you planned for, than you thought. You thought that a worker cannot work for more than 7 hours, but he's actually working for 8 hours. So what is beneficial? He is working for 8 hours is beneficial or no? Yes, sir. He is having more capacity. He can produce more number of units, right? So that is why the thing which is beneficial, which is more than the planned one or which is more than the actual one, is kept at the first point, right? So actual hours minus budgeted hours multiplied by standard rate. Clear? So with this, we have got two more variances. One is the fixed overhead efficiency variance and the fixed overhead capacity variance. Okay, we'll write it again here. We'll write it properly. Fixed overhead efficiency variance. Fixed overhead efficiency variance. Now this fixed overhead efficiency variance is standard hours for actual output minus actual hours multiplied by standard rate. Next we have Next we have fixed overheads capacity variance. Fixed overhead capacity variance. So fixed overhead capacity variance is that actual hours minus budgeted hours multiplied by standard rate, right? So these are the next two variants. So volume variance is being affected by either the efficiency or the capacity. So from here we can also say one thing, that fixed overhead volume variance is equal to fixed overhead efficiency variance plus fixed overhead capacity variance, right? Fixed overhead volume variance is equal to fixed overhead efficiency variance and the fixed overhead capacity variance. Clear? This much is clear? I hope this much is clear. So all in all, what we have covered is, we have covered 5 variances now. Let's quickly revise it. Sir, the first variance was the fixed overhead cost variance. That is the difference between the absorbed cost and the actual cost. That is standard cost for actual output minus actual cost. The second variance is fixed overhead expenditure variance or the budget variance. That is, what is the expenditure that you originally planned for and what is the expenditure that actually happened. So budgeted cost minus actual cost. Then we talk about the volume variance, that is absorbed overheads minus the budgeted overheads multiplied by standard rate. Now at a lot of places in the ICI module you will find this word used, absorbed overheads minus the budgeted overheads. So absorbed overheads is nothing but this standard cost for actual output. This is my absorbed overheads, right? This is absorbed overheads only, right? So this is what we discussed. So after that, in this lecture we started with the two variances. One is efficiency variance and another one is capacity variance. Efficiency variance is the standard hours for actual output minus actual hours multiplied by standard rate. That for a particular output, what is the efficiency that the worker has achieved? Efficiency can be judged if we compare for that output, if we compare the standards and the actuals. So that is what we have done. Standard hours for actual output minus actual hours multiplied by standard rate. Fixed overhead capacity variance is actual hours minus budgeted hours. What is the capacity of the worker that you planned for originally and what is the capacity that that worker has achieved multiplied by standard rate, and this will hold true, right? Now I'll tell you, maybe in the next class I'll tell you one thing. In terms of capacity variance, we will study 2 more variances. Maybe in the next lecture we will study about those, right? We have 2 more variances which are related to the capacity variance. One is calendar variance and another one is revised capacity variance. Now if we talk about the ICI module, that is the CA module, there in some of the illustrations they have committed a mistake, right? I have already discussed this in the English this live batch, ICI SM series batch. I have already discussed those mistakes, where the question says that you need to calculate the capacity variance. The ICI is calculating the revised capacity variance there. I'll show you, don't worry about it. In the next lecture I will show you that. For now, what we are going to do is we are going to solve a practical problem covering all the variances, all these variances what we have discussed, right? So let's do a practical problem. Question number 6. Question number 6 is what we are going to discuss. The following information is available from the records of the factory. Budgets are given and the actuals are given. The budget says the fixed overheads for the June. This is the budgeted overheads and the actual overheads. The production in the June units. So this is the budgeted output and this is the actual output. This production means output here. So the budgeted output and the actual output. Standard time per unit 10. This is the standard time given for manufacturing 1 unit of output. Actual hours worked in the June is 22,000. So you are required to calculate cost variance, expenditure variance, volume variance, capacity variance and efficiency variance. Now what I will do is I will help you in preparing the table, right? After that we will see the calculations. After that we will see the calculations part. Let's see. So when we talk about this table, in the table now we will be taking standard hours, then standard rate, standard cost, actual hours, actual rate, actual cost, budgeted hours, budgeted rate, and budgeted cost, right? The first thing is, I told you in the last lecture that always try to start with the budgeted part. That is the standards for the standard output. Now, what is the standard output here? The standard output is 2000 units. This is my standard output. Can you tell me the budgeted hours? Budgeted hours means the total standard hours for standard output. The question says, in making 1 unit, what is your hours? The standard hours is 10 hours. So if you want to manufacture 2000, that is my standard output. How many total hours? 2000 multiplied by 10. 2000 multiplied by 10, that will give you 20,000. Right? So here I will say my budgeted hours is 20,000. How? 2000 budgeted output or the standard output multiplied by 10 hours per unit. Now, budgeted rate is given to you or the budgeted cost. Either of the things will be given to you. In this case, the budgeted cost is given, that is 10,000. The budgeted cost is given, that is 10,000. So this budgeted rate we can calculate 0.5, that is 10,000 divided by 20,000. I hope this much is clear, right? So first we have calculated the budgeted hours. Budgeted hours means the standard hours for standard output. Now this 2000 is my standard output. So I've calculated for my standard output multiplied by the standard hours per unit. So budgeted rate is 0.5. Budgeted rate is 0.5. Now this budgeted rate and the standard rate are going to remain the same. So I can write 0.5 here. Now standard hours for actual output. What is the actual output? Actual output is 2100. The actual output is 2100 units. Now you need to calculate the standards for actuals. That means what is the standard time in making 1 unit? 10. So what is the standard time for making 2100 units? Right? So it will be 21,000. This will be 2100 actual output multiplied by 10. That is the standard time. Right? So this will be 21,000 multiplied by 0.5. Total cost will be 10,500. Now what else is given? The actual hours worked is 22,000 and the actual cost is 12,000. This is 22,000 and the actual cost is 12,000, right? So we can calculate the actual rate, that is 12,000 divided by 22,000, that comes to 0.5454545454, right? So you will write it till 2 decimals, 0.54, that's it. Clear? So this is how you need to prepare the table. Always start with this. This is the first step. Fill this. Then the second step is write the standard rate. Then fill this third step, right? And then fill this fourth step. So these are the steps when we talk about the fixed overhead variances, in which you will get the, you will be able to solve the question efficiently. That is why I'm telling you this, right? Now let's write down the variances now. Let's talk about the variances now. So the first variance is fixed overhead cost variance, fixed overhead cost variance, right? So fixed overhead cost variance is standard cost for actual output minus actual cost. So what is the standard cost here? Standard cost for actual output, that is 10,500, minus what is actual cost? 12,000, right? So 1,500 adverse. My standard cost I planned for the actual output is 10,500, whereas the actual cost is 12,000. So there is a variance of 1,500 rupees, which is adverse. Next variance. Next is the second variance that we have, that is fixed overhead expenditure variance, expense variance or expenditure variance means one and the same thing, right? So this is budgeted cost minus actual cost. So what is your budgeted cost? Your budgeted cost in this case is 10,000. What is your actual cost? Actual cost is 12,000. So budgeted cost is 10,000 minus actual cost, that is 12,000. So again an adverse variance of 2,000. Right? Any doubts? Now coming to the volume variance. The third we have is fixed overhead volume variance. Fixed overhead volume variance. So fixed overhead volume variance is standard hours for actual output minus budgeted hours multiplied by standard rate. So what is the standard hours in this case? In this case, the standard hours for the actual output is 21,000, whereas the budgeted hours are 20,000. Right? 21,000 is the standard hours minus budgeted hours 20,000. So you are absorbing more multiplied by standard rate. Standard rate is 0.5. So this is 500 favorable. From here you can see that fixed overhead cost variance is equal to fixed overhead expenditure variance plus fixed overheads volume variance. Now the fixed overhead cost variance is 1500 adverse, right? This is 1500 adverse. Efficiency variance 2000 adverse, and the volume variance is 500 favorable. So the net effect is 1500 adverse. Clear? So these are the first three variances that we have calculated: fixed overhead cost variance, fixed overhead expenditure variance, and then the fixed overhead volume variance. After that, the next is fixed overhead efficiency variance. Fourth is fixed overhead efficiency variance. Fixed overhead efficiency variance. Now this efficiency variance is standard hours for actual output minus actual hours multiplied by standard rate, right? So what is my standard hours for actual output? My standard hours for actual output is 21,000, whereas the actual hours is 22,000 multiplied by the standard rate. So 21,000 minus 22,000 multiplied by 0.5. So this comes out to 500 adverse. Right? The next is fixed overheads. The next is fixed overhead capacity variance. Fixed overhead capacity variance. So what is capacity variance? Capacity variance is what is the actual hours minus what is your planned hours multiplied by standard rate, right? Actual hours in this case is 22,000 minus budgeted hours 20,000 multiplied by standard rate, that is 0.5. So this comes out to 2000 multiplied by 0.5, 1000 favorable. Clear? So from here we can say one thing. That fixed overhead which variance? Volume variance. Fixed overhead volume variance is equal to fixed overheads efficiency variance plus fixed overhead capacity variance, right? So volume variance is how much? Volume variance is 500 favorable, efficiency variance is 500 adverse, plus capacity variance is 1000 favorable. So the net effect of this is 500 favorable, which is equal to volume variance. Right, so this is a very good way of verifying your question, whether what you have attempted is correct or not. This is a very good way, right? And I have told you in case of labor variances or in case of material variances that where there can be a difference, where this condition will not hold true. Especially in case of material variances, I told you if you take while calculating the price variance, if you are going to take the purchase price, this purchase quantity, or you are going to take the consumed quantity. So this is about the fixed overheads variances. We still have two more variances in the fixed overheads, right, which we are going to discuss in the next lecture. So in the next lecture, we are going to complete this fixed overhead because I'm going to take those two variances. After that, I'll be taking one practical problem covering all the variances of the fixed overheads, right? In this practical problem, we have covered only whatever we did up till this lecture, right? The 5 variances: cost variance, expenditure variance, volume variance, efficiency variance, and the capacity variance. So in the next lecture, we will cover the rest of the two, that is calendar variance and the revised capacity variance. After that, we'll do a comprehensive illustration, comprehensive problem covering all the overheads, this fixed overheads, right? We will discuss all the fixed overheads. We will solve it. We will make a table. We will solve it fully, right? Nothing to worry about it. Because why I'm spending so much time on first the material variances I've spent a lot of time because that was the base of the chapter. Now I'm spending a lot of time in the fixed overhead variances because this is one variance where a lot of people confuse, right? A lot of people find it difficult to understand the fixed overhead variances. That is why I'm spending a lot of time so that you people are able to understand each and everything. And in the examination, 90% chances are there that you will get a question where you will be asked mixed variances, material also, labor also, variable also, fixed also. So these kind of questions can be asked for 10 marks, right? And if you are clear with the concepts, those 10 marks are absolute bonus for you people, right? So in the next lecture, so this is done. So what we are going to do in the next lecture is, in the next lecture, we are going to continue with fixed overhead variances, right? And in the fixed overhead variances, we are going to discuss two. One is calendar variance. One is calendar variance, and the another one is revised capacity variance. Revised capacity variance. Revised capacity variance, right? And we'll do a plus practical problem. So this is what we are going to do in the next lecture, right? So you people have to do what you have been doing, that is revise whatever you are covering. Revise up till now so that you are able to understand the further parts very clearly. Okay, so see you guys in the next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, keep sharing, keep studying. Thank you so much.